Well, as we were saying before, this is a machine that can really tell you what's going on the inside of your body.
And I got to tell you, it takes courage to step on this machine. With us today is Dr. Barry, Ryan, and Marilyn as well from Fargo Medical Weight Loss Specialists. To all three of you, thanks for being here. Marilyn's going to step on this machine in a moment, but I will tell you, I think it was a few years ago, I came into your office, thought I was feeling pretty good about myself. I was like, oh, let me try this thing. Stepped on there, I was like, ooh, I need to go see Dr. Barry more often. And so that's why I took his class. And I will tell you this, just in the first probably, 90 minutes, 2-hour class that you have, you really teach people about how to eat, what to eat, those kind of things. So it's not a diet, it's more about a lifestyle. So talk to us about that.
Absolutely, it's about a lifestyle. It's about learning what to eat and when to eat, and in the situations that we all find ourselves. There's only 3 ways that we humans eat. We eat either purchase things at the store, bring it home, prepare it, order off of a menu at a restaurant or cafe, or go through a buffet or smorgasbord line. So that's it. Those are the 3 ways. And when you learn what to look for and how very easily but very completely learn what to pick, when to pick, and how to pick, it makes such a big difference in your overall, not just what you weigh, but the composition, meaning how much muscle mass, how much fat mass.
Well, the thing that I love about it too is that, like, you know, we all sort of have those extra chocolate bars or beers and whatnot, and when you learn how to eat, it's like, okay, I did that on the weekend, but now it's Monday and I can maybe do this a little bit more with discipline and get myself right back on track very, very easily.
Yeah, it's learning about how to budget. We're used to budgeting. We budget time, we budget finance, we budget our laundry between cycles when we wash. I mean, and so once you learn to budget your nutrition, and that's the way you look at it, over time, that's exactly right. You learn how to work things in. And so the important thing now you're seeing is that the conventional methods of looking at weight or BMI, those don't let us really know what the body's made of. And so you're hearing in the literature now, you're going to see it talked about in the newspapers, the concept of overfat, meaning when we have too much percent body fat. About 90% of adult men, 80% of adult women, and about 50% of our children have too much body fat. And it's the fat tissue that produces the inflammatory substances that drive a lot of things like diabetes, heart disease, cancers, arthritis, even the dementias and Alzheimer's type. So we wanted to illustrate a little bit of a body composition just to show you how easy it is to do and painless. And so we have someone here to go ahead and do this. So I'll let you.
You are so brave.
Everyone
clapping.
Now this is something that folks can do anytime. They can come into our clinic and we offer free body comps, body composition analysis. And this is really what it amounts to. Is again, it's bare feet, and those are we clean off with a little bit of a cleansing pad, and then it's just a matter of standing and holding on to the bars. And at this time then, it takes about a minute for the machine, and it's done through a very low level of conductivity, and different tissues have different conductivity rates, and therefore it comes out with and lets us know our lean mass. Again, that's made of bone and muscle, skeletal muscle, and then the fat mass. We have 2 types of fat mass. We have the visceral, which is inside the abdominal cavity around the organs. That's the abdominal body fat that we hear about. It is so harmful, and it is. It's what produces these inflammatory substances, something that we're seeing an increase in the last 10 to 20 years in our country. We also have the subcutaneous fat around our butt and our thighs, which, again, that will decrease, but they're 2 totally different tissues.
And while she's standing there, I know we've got some before and after pictures of Marilyn, Doc. If you don't mind kind of walking us through what we're seeing here, but if we can bring these up, what's going on here, Doc?
Well, there, again, on the right-hand side of the screen, again, this is a before picture, probably 5 to 6 years ago. And then, as you can see, the one on the left is taken here recently. And this is now a woman who, again, postmenopausal, who initially got to a point where body weight was just unacceptable. It just felt uncomfortable, felt unhealthy, difficult moving, and noticing changes in some of those things like blood sugar. There's a family history of diabetes, and so came into the clinic, and by learning how to eat well, was able to bring her weight down, and then ultimately, as your energy comes back, become more active. And now, as she's become more active and held on to her skeletal muscle mass, very important to hold on to that lean mass.
And so, Marilyn, I don't know if you're mic'd up or not, but have you consistently kept the weight off? Has it been a struggle for you? I mean...
No, actually, it hasn't been a struggle. Once you learn the easy steps on doing it, you learn it. It's a very fast learning process. It's all about the sugar. It's all about when you can eat it, how much you can have. You know, when we come home from work, none of us jump into our cupboard and grab a bottle of olive oil and pour a cup and drink it. So at our clinic, we always talk about having to lose your fear of fat. and you grab the chips and the cookies and they're all full of sugar. It isn't the fat that's making us fat, it's the sugar that's making us fat. So it wasn't hard. I've kept the weight off for 6 full years. My lean muscle mass has increased because I'm more active. I feel better, I'm healthier. I can get down on the ground with my 10 grandkids. I have no issues doing that. And just a change of life.
Yeah.
So
Change of life.
what is this info going to tell us, Doc, that's
Well,
going to come
the
out of this
information
thing?
that you'll see that comes out, I don't know if they're able to get a close-up. This was a body composition taken earlier today of Marilyn's, and so you'll actually see it. But on here, you not only have the weight, but you have breaks it down to skeletal muscle mass. Here's the fat mass. And again, these bars represent the length. And so if we have a longer bar down here, we have more fat mass. The shorter the bar is better. Now, Marilyn's prior to beginning this 6 years ago, this fat mass bar was further out. The skeletal muscle mass, she's actually added to because of her activity and knowing how to eat well. Again, getting the adequate amounts of protein. And then it's overall brought the weight back. So this percent body fat, this is the key for individuals to look at.
And people can come to you and get a free one of these, right?
You can have a free body comp, and
Larson, you're doing this during the break.
and we sit down and talk with them. We actually sit down and go over the body comp with them and discuss it, and
they can schedule it online.
they can schedule
Go to
it
our
online.
website, check it out. I'm telling you, it will give you a ton of great information. We'll be right back.